Hi, this is EEB Tarot, two E's and a B Tarot. I'm reading for the sign of Aries in love. It's a 9-card spread. 3 cards that show, the first 3 cards will be how you, Aries, are showing up in love. The next 3 cards will be how the person who is connected to your energy is showing up. And then 3 advice cards from Spirit. I'm going to be doing the entire 9 cards spread, and then with the brighter weight, I think it's hieroglyphic, hologram hologram deck for the 9 card spread. But then I'm gonna pull clarifiers with the other deck. If you notice when I'm shuffling, because after I go through the deck with the initial pull, I'll reshuffle just to make sure I'm getting an accurate read. And with the hologram deck, it may look a little more clumsy as I'm shuffling, because I don't typically use this deck, but I'm trying to break them in. The deck that I'm using for clarifying is one I typically use, but it's of no matter. But okay, so Aries, in the initial pre-shuffle that I was doing with the cards before the start of the video, I was getting from you guys that you have, at least with the Aries that I'm connecting with, that you guys have recently walked away from something, left something, let go of something. Like, and it wasn't really small, like it was significant, right? I feel like this letting go of something that maybe you didn't want to see before, but you ultimately did what you needed to do to let go, right? I just kept getting a letting go. And I don't know. It feels like you feel good about the decision. But let's do your 3 cards for how you are showing up right now, Aries. This is timeless. But for those of you I'm connecting with, when you see it is the now, right? 3 cards for how Aries is showing up in love. I also realized while I was going through the cards that I think I was a little further away from the camera. Maybe you guys couldn't see, like, so you don't think I'm just like kind of sifting through the deck. I don't know if it matters or not, but I moved the deck closer. Aries, I wonder if they're wanting me to shuffle 3 cards for Aries for how they're showing up in love. Also, 117, 717, 1177. Like 1s and 7s, repeating 1s and 7s might stand out or be significant. Hangman in reverse. First card out for how you're showing up in love, Aries. Happy belated birthday. I think, you know, my other readings I've been saying like Gemini season is next, but my brain completely like missed the Taurus season first. So yeah, I think you guys are done, and we're in Taurus season now, right, Aries? 2 more cards for how Aries is showing up in love, at least at the time that I'm recording this video. Aries, how's Aries showing up in love? 2 more cards. Also, I hope the sound is okay. I normally use my AirPods, but my ears were feeling off, like irritated. So I'm just doing it straight from like my voice with no additional microphone other than the recorder. So I don't know if the quality is okay, but let me know. 2 more cards for Aries. One more card for Aries for how they're showing up in love right now. I'm going to get, so far, you have the Hangman in reverse. The Hangman in reverse. The Six of Cups. And the World. I'm going to continue to pull for the who's showing up in your energy, Aries. In love. 3 cards for who's showing up for Aries. In love. Currently. 3 cards. Card for Aries person who's showing up for them in love. That's 2. One more. One more. Oh, this one kind of wants to come out too. Interesting. Interesting. The 3 of Cups. I'm sorry, the 4 of Cups. Also, repeating 3s. Myself, I'm not in Aries, but I've been seeing repeating 3s lately. It could be significant. But 4 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, I think, was coming out all on its own, and the Queen of Swords is what seemed like it wanted to show itself. But that's for your who. We'll do 3 more for the advice in this connection. 3 cards for advice for Aries. 3 cards for Aries for advice. I don't know. Those kind of were like lackadaisical about coming out. Should we do 2 more just in case? Let's do 2 more. No, I feel like, yeah, I'm supposed to take it because the ones that came out, it wasn't 2 more. And that felt less valid. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay. And we'll pull clarifiers too with the other deck, like I said earlier. I'm just trying to at least give y'all a somewhat visual of what I'm seeing-ish. I know it may not all fit in the frame. Pose for the frame. Excuse me. Okay. So for you, Aries, you got the Hangman in reverse, the 6 of Cups, and the World. The Hangman is major for Pisces. And it's the tree of knowledge. It's to gain greater perspective, insight, understanding, like really pulling back layers and wanting to get to the root of things, the root of that tree. You know what I mean? The root of whatever issues. It looks like with the 6 of Cups, maybe things from childhood or just addressing relationships that you've had for a significant part of your life. You know what I mean? And really assessing how those relationships look in your world and how they feel and fit. The World, I can't remember. I don't think I gave the signs for that, but the World is major for Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Yeah, the World is absolutely a major change in your life, something pretty significant. And it feels like it's connected to relationships for you, not just for this reading, but in the literal cards. Like this reading is a love reading, and the cards are aligning with that. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing a love reading, but for some reason I keep seeing finances. You know, this feels... But what is it when the Hangman is in the upright? It's gaining greater perspective on something, but in the reverse, it's either you like there's a deep confusion, like you it's something you don't understand, or some information you don't have access to, or something you're not willing to address. But we can pull clarifiers to see what the Hangman in reverse is and what this means for the change that is taking place in your life, based on what it is that the Hangman is referencing, could help to give greater clarity on, you know, what changes would result in that in love. Let's see. Clarify the Hangman in reverse for Aries. Oh, sorry. Did I say, so your person is showing up 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. And the advice is the Moon, which is major for the Pisces, but it also is Cancer, influenced by the Moon, right? 5 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles, with the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's see. But we'll get to how that energy connects to you, Aries, once we're done with the you in love, how you're showing up in love. The Hangman in reverse. Clarify the Hangman in reverse for Aries, how they're showing up in love. Okay. There's a lot of cards. Aries. Seven of Cups in reverse. So here's what I think. I think that there was a pretty significant relationship that didn't, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, look, for what I'm feeling for y'all and these cards, you have the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Even though I felt like you have experienced all these energies and disappointments and like things before, I feel like the Hangman in reverse, this is what you aren't interested in overthinking anymore. Like new opportunities, heartache, heartbreak, hopefulness, having it all, taking the action, being proactive, doing my due diligence, not being grateful, making sure that I don't, like, it's like, it seems like these are all the things that you're no longer interested in, like anything that's riddled in self-doubt or critical, what is it, like the criticism you give to yourself not being constructive. Are you done like just overthinking all the things that come with love? That's what this feels like. Wes, and 7 of Cups in reverse, I feel like it's just like, no, like option overload, like in terms of your own thoughts, like your own feelings and expectations. It's like that connects though to what I said in the pre-shuffle, like letting go, like letting all this shit, like this, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. Maybe these were like expectations set by your family with the Six of Cups, like, and now you've internalized it, like all of these like things, people that you feel like you got to be or embody, or what's that, like coexist, not commune with or something, you know what I mean? Like, did I already shuffle this? No. What's the world? Clarify the world for Aries, how they're showing up. What's clarify the world, but I get why this happened, but more concisely, the world for Aries, how they're showing up. What's the big change? What specific aspect is changing? Yeah. Queen of Swords. Your entire your overthinking, or like the marathon, the mental marathon. I think Queen of Swords, you're like standing in that power of giving yourself grace and reasonable, legitimate expectations. And you see how the Queen of Swords is facing away from all of this? Like Queen of Swords is looking this way. You see? Away from all of that. Like that's not... A Queen of Swords is somebody who is direct, but with a purpose, and doesn't overuse communication or mental energy. Like it's very sure, self-assured, and really kind of like compartmentalizes what's relevant, what is it that I can actually gain greater perspective on that's worth thinking about. You know what I mean? And based on the Hangman, you've in reverse, it seems like you've already kind of felt like these things were an overstimulation. How maybe what's changing the world, Queen of Swords, is again how you view and think, because your thoughts ultimately reflect in your outer. So how you view or perceive or think about love itself, the love connected to your family, the love you have for you, in turn the love that you bring into you. Like who is on your energetic frequency with saying, okay, this is somebody that I feel matched with and fulfilled with. Let's do your who, Aries. It looks like Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. That's crazy. So your person, the Ace of Swords was going to come out by itself, and then the Queen of Swords was like, like I feel like I need to be there too. And it makes sense, right? Because I just now pulled one card. I didn't even realize that the Queen of Swords and the clarifier for how your world is changing. The person that you are coming into into connection with, Queen of Swords. So like, how's it changing with this energy? Feminine energy, but either way, gender non-specific, right? Male or female, just feminine energy. is what's changing. And again, it's not going to be just anybody. It's going to be a Queen of Swords energy, and it's going to feel extremely divine because it came off of the heels of the Ace of Swords. It came with the energetic pull of the Ace of Swords. So that's being given from, like, I prayed for this. I have, meditated on this. I'm healing to be in this space. Like, this is something where you have truly connected, at least as far as somebody can, throughout, growth in their journey. You know what I mean? You're not going to get all in one day, but you know what I'm saying? Like, things that that you have done your due diligence and spiritually connecting with, in terms of, please bring these into my reality, into my world, right? Like, whomever you're becoming or have become, Aries in this Queen of Swords energy, you could also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius somewhere in your chart as well. But whoever you're embodying in this energy, moving away from whatever was to this new sense of self, is exactly what somebody else is praying for. Four of Swords, Four of Cups, maybe they had a past situation that felt like it didn't go the way they also hoped. Maybe they had Ten of Pentacles type of expectations on their relationships in the past, and it didn't go that way, and they have Four of Swords, their own concerns about whether or not Ace of Swords to the Queen of Swords, that they'll meet that feminine energy that they're aligned with. Or they're just someone who's been a little anxious or nervous about getting back out there. You know what I mean? It could be situations where you run into a relation or an interaction where the person just kind of feels like they're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of like nervous energy about progressing the relationship. And in regards to that, this ain't no 2-step. Okay? Ain't no 1 foot in, 1 foot out. When somebody knows, they know. And it's both feet leaping. You know what I'm saying? So that's an indicator right there. Regardless of your anxiety, you know what I mean? Don't ignore it. But at the same time, like, just like you've gotten to a place where you're not going to overthink or continue to process Hangman reverse, things that no longer are deserving of your focus, your emotions, your resources, your efforts, your time, your energy, your heart, right? That's not, and it's feeling like it doesn't matter how long you've had these relationships or who they are. Like, you're interested in flourishing in the ones that can be nurtured, that the soil is sufficient enough for growth, right? So don't let nobody Four of Swords energy or Four of Cups energy, even though they talking Ace of Swords and Queen of Swords energy, like, this is what I want, this is the future, I'm looking for this type of woman. It all sounds good. Like, or this is the kind of man, and this is the type of dude, and I want, it all sounds good. But meanwhile, you, like, can't open up or get past your own stubbornness, right? Four of Cups could be water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Four of Swords, again, that's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Heavy, the person that you're dealing with could have heavy Gemini in their chart, or it could be the fact that we are entering, if I'm not mistaken, into Gemini season, right? So maybe it's not that they have Gemini in their chart. You're going to meet this person in Gemini season, you know what I mean? Which is, depending on when you watch this, upon us. Let's put some clarifiers for who. What's the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords for Aries person? Four of Cups and the Four of Swords. What's the mood behind that for them? For the Aries person that they're energetically connected with in love currently. 4 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. You could be seeing repeated 4s. Maybe the person was born on the 4th. Ace of Pentacles and 10 of Cups that just fell. I don't know. Like, let me get one more. Give me 2 more on these. Empress. Okay. So we got Empress, which is major for Taurus. Ace of Pentacles is also Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, with the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And this is for your who, Aries. This is the person you're energetically connecting with. Because I just wanted to make sure. This absolutely seems like someone who is interested in commitment, relationship, and all of the things that come with growing. And this maybe possibly, okay, right? So we all have stuff that, like, maybe not everybody, you know what I'm saying? But there's a good amount of people in the world who have gone through relationship woes, in the sense that it didn't meet expectations. The relationship didn't work out. The commitment got severed, right? And that wasn't the future that you initially, having a severed family wasn't the future you envisioned for yourself, right? Meaning the person. This is me from your who, right? So you come in contact with a person who their current dating situation or familial relationships aren't looking like what they envisioned themselves to have. And it feels like there may be parts of that are really upsetting for this person. And maybe there was a divorce where they have kids, and like it affected their finances, or the person they got to pay alimony, and it's like they're looking for wait a minute. Give me one more. Let me shuffle. This definitely feels like there are kids, though, with the Empress and the 3 of Cups. Like, it feels like there's, like, if not kids, this is like people in the relationship like kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially Knight of Cups that was on the bottom of the deck. I'm shuffling now with the Star. But like somebody who, like, this person comes with responsibilities. Like, they have things that feel like it's a package deal. Maybe not that they have, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a package deal. What's the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles? Give me clarity. The Moon, clarifying the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, and the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Swords. Does somebody have to, like, did they have to move away from something for a job opportunity? Or they're not knowing if they will be able to like sustain a relationship because of like the pace and functioning of their lives, or their like whatever comes in this package. Like it's something to it. Either they're traveling like for work, or they're relocating for work, should I say, or maybe they travel so much and it just doesn't, it feels like it's not what's clarify the four for the Aries who clarify the Four of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, major for Aries. That's confusing. Maybe this person doesn't want to appear like they don't have it figured out. Like they don't have the capabilities. Maybe that's something that doesn't want to be brought to the forefront. Or maybe they're presenting as if everything is gonna work a certain way, when really it's like it's a bunch of manipulation and lies. Like it's not substantial. But it's with the Four. So the Three of Cups, is there, maybe there's somebody who like with a previous relationship, they caught them with somebody else. Or maybe your person is just prone to cheating and having babies and can really talk that talk and presents well to a person like you. Maybe there's a particular vibe or essence you give off, Aries, where you feel like you're pulling in this same type of person. I don't know. What's the Four of Swords with the Three of Cups? What's the Four of Swords with the Three of Cups for an Aries person in love right now? What's the Four of Swords? Oh my Jesus. Yeah. You got the Two, and I think that Two of the Four of Wands was in reverse. Three of Cups, Two of Cups in the upright, Eight of Cups in reverse, Knight of Pentacles. Baby, the Knight is the most sound. It ain't the King of Cups. I mean the King of Pentacles. What's on the bottom of the deck? Yep, and look. Girl, I'm looking at this. This ain't, I said girl, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Aries, that's just how I talk when I'm finna be real with you. Okay? Gender non-specific. But this ain't Queen of Swords, Six of Cups to the Six of Cups, bottom of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles is not. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is sound, and they're not the King of Pentacles, and they're not the Emperor. But out of the Knights, they're the ones that kind of really have taken the time to understand what they're doing, right? At the stage they're at. That's in the reverse. Eight of Cups, you got all these people and these Four of Wands, past. This could be somebody, again, that this person has had children with, multiple children, or they were together for years or something. This is not mirroring energy that I initially thought I was picking up on, where your person is praying for you to be brought into their life, and it feels aligned and divine. No, it feels like they're triggering your traumas. Like the Queen of Swords is mirroring it to manipulate it. The Six of Cups is mirroring it to manipulate it. Like this person who you're connecting with is not it's just you're replacing all that nonsense that you were thinking about all these other things in your life, the heartache, the disappointment, the expectations, the family. That this person, maybe that is the person who triggered all this. And it's not who you're coming to meet, but what you're currently now, the world walking away from. Yeah, the advice is the moon, major for Pisces, 5 of Pentacles. That's suggesting change and evolving and moving away from the lack mentality. 3 of Pentacles, that's building. And I told you the 3s felt significant, even just engaging with your reading. The Empress is also a 3. Like this feels like you may be in a situation right now where you are coming out of a lot of mess. Like the person was dishing out a lot of unnecessary drama and mess and lies and manipulation and false hope. And you came to a realization that there's something about you that allowed them access to those things, and those trigger points were visible to your person. And it feels like, I don't know, Hangman in reverse, maybe you weren't seeing. That's what you need to see, is that why are the things that are you communicating that? Like, is that it, that you are like verbalizing these things are hurtful to me, and this person feels like they're addressing it and hearing and understanding it, but we never really get past this place. There's always just a new false start, like you know what I'm saying? Like, and it feels like maybe they get other people to kind of like add to the bullshit. And 7 of Swords at the bottom of the initial spread deck. This person, it feels like it's not true. Like it feels like they're disingenuous and sneaky and a faker. Like do a lot of shit in the dark thinking none of it's coming to the light. It doesn't seem, it's like somebody that always sound good. And that's right. They say a lot of shit that sounds good. Your advice, Aries, is the moon suggested like there's something that is just not sitting well. There's something that's just not really clear, right? But with stuff like that, I feel like it's because we're a little bit, like with the Hangman in reverse, a little bit unwilling to accept something for what it is. You know what I mean? Not necessarily that you can't see it, but you just haven't gotten to a place of acceptance. So the moon is allowing yourself acceptance. 5 of Pentacles. Allowing yourself acceptance, but don't accept the lack mindset. Like, the Queen of Swords can use sound logic to understand that it's not about what you don't see yet. Okay, you don't see it. But what you do understand is that you can't exist in that place of resisting change and moving on, and maybe the things that you're walking away from may not seem like it's a direction that you should be going in, you know what I mean? With due respect to everybody has free will and can make their own choices. But the Five of Pentacles is looking to the Three of Pentacles. It's like you may think that you are decreasing in pentacles by moving from the 5 to the 3. Can you see it? But notice the resources. With the 5, there was 2. But with the 3, there was 3. So even though you may have decreased in the pentacle, the access to resources has increased, right? And the 5 and 3 together, 8 of Pentacles. That's you building and focusing on moving forward, your growth. With the Hangman in the reverse and the Moon as your advice, it feels like you're not supposed to give this any more thought. Maybe that's what it's saying, is that whatever you have racked your brain with about when it comes to love in this relationship or these relationships, because it's people here, and I don't know if these are people from your family, they're people from their family, or if this is like people that they're dealing with outside of you romantically. You know what I'm saying? But if it feels like your advice is, yeah, you trust your intuition that this is not something that you need to get more clarity on. Because the more clarity I got, the messier it looked. Remember when I first put them like, oh, well, maybe this is in their calling you to them. Yeah, but it don't feel like after I continued to pull, it didn't feel like this was for a healthy reason. It got more toxic. Again, at the start of the reading, the energy I got was let it go. Some stuff is just genuinely, there's nothing left to understand. There's nothing left to understand. Why? The shit always gonna feel off or sneaky or, you know, crowded. Fuck, you know? All right, Aries, if you like this reading and it resonated, like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment. Let me know how it resonated. I definitely enjoy doing readings for you guys. I'll continue to do them, not just in love, but in other areas and aspects. Go ahead and check out the other videos too to see if anything resonated or aligns with another placement in your chart. And until your next reading, Aries, be well and be blessed.